Okay, so this is a question I saw on Reddit. How do you find a technical co-founder to bootstrap a startup with you? And as the technical co-founder for a bootstrap startup, I thought I was qualified to answer this question. Now, you have to keep in mind here, if you're looking for a technical co-founder, you're going to have to handle the other most important aspect of bootstrapping a startup, right? Which is what? It's marketing. Someone's got to market this bootstrapped startup. And if you need to build your marketing credentials first, right? No bootstrapped technical co-founder is going to listen to you unless you have some verified experience doing marketing, right? And so if you don't have that, to be honest, you have no clue what the hell you're doing. And that's fine. You can build up, there are multiple ways you can build up, your marketing background. One way that a lot of people, that we see a lot of customers of ours for Stammer do is, they start an agency. And an agency is a fantastic proving ground for so many things. And you may find that actually building an agency is so profitable that you just want to do that. But it's also a great proving ground for later on marketing and building products, right? And the great thing about the agency kind of model is that you don't necessarily have to build anything technical for it. You are kind of helping people in multiple ways. There's a lot of services that agencies offer: SEO, help running ads, help building landing pages, websites. Some of them even do application development. Obviously, you probably wouldn't do that. But there's so many things. AI automation agencies, which is the space that a lot of our Stammer agency customers kind of play in. And so that is a great option, right? Start an agency, or even one thing you can do is resell existing SaaS solutions. And that is in essence what a lot of our Stammer agencies are doing. They white label our software and they offer it as their own. And we also have another product that we're launching soon that does the exact same thing. White labels it, allows people to white label it and kind of offer it to their own customers as their own product. So nothing has to be built. You just have to go in, configure, and it allows you to kind of focus on the customer and providing an overall amazing service to them. Anyway, another approach you can use to kind of show your marketing background is to build an audience, right? Things are so much easier when you have an audience. So if you can develop an approach to build a large audience on any one of the social media platforms, that can be a great way to market a bootstrap startup. And that's, honestly exactly what we did with Stammer AI. We leveraged Ross's following and Ross's background and vision, to be honest. Now, if you already have those marketing credentials, right? If you've done some work marketing things that's proven, then that's very, very powerful, right? That is a good value add for a technical co-founder there. And the way you can find these technical co-founders is communities. So there are bootstrapping communities. One of the largest is honestly on Twitter or X. And you can go on there and start looking at people building things. Now, a piece of advice here, you need to be careful, right? You need to be careful when finding a technical co-founder. You definitely want to find someone that has built and launched a product, okay? Don't find someone that is still in the phase where they're trying to get it launched, okay? 2, and this is harder to find in some ways, but you need to find someone who has actually had, and this is just my personal recommendation, but when I tell you this, I think it'll make sense why you need to do this. You need to find someone that's actually marketed their own product themselves, because that person has then realized the power of marketing, right? I always say as a kind of joke that nothing will make you appreciate marketing and sales like trying to sling your own bootstrap startup. And that's exactly what I was doing with Notifier before I, met Ross and we decided to kind of build Stammer AI. So look for a developer, look for an indie developer or a solopreneur, whatever you want to call it, who has launched and has some experience marketing their own product. This will make things so much easier because they will have gone through that initial hump of realizing how important marketing and talking to customers and identifying what to build next properly. Now, the other option, and this is a really interesting option, is you can do it on your own. So you have to be careful with this, because if you have no technical background whatsoever, it may be a little challenging to find a developer on Upwork and know kind of how to give them the requirements that they need in order to build, right? And I'm hesitating there because it's not requirements like you may know from the corporate world. And I get into this in more of my content, but there's a specific approach that works best when working with developers. And so you can look at my videos on that. But yes, you can find someone to build it for you. If you're gonna go that approach, I think the most successful way to do it for a person who's not technical is probably to map out beforehand as much as you can, like literally create low fidelity mock-ups that explain to the developer exactly what you're thinking. And you can use a tool like Miro for this. I think actually Miro is probably the best way to do this, but you can use a tool from Miro, or you can really just draw it out and then digitally scan those. But you need to map everything out so that the developer understands the vision you're trying to achieve. Like I said, difficult to do, but it is an option. Another option that I've seen is use a no-code platform to do this, right? I talked to one founder, and he was a real estate guy, and he developed a house hacking platform, a platform that helps you house hack. And what he actually did is, I think he said he spent 6 months learning a no-code solution. I can't remember which one it is. I'll try to, and feel free to ask in the comments if you're interested in this. I think it was Bubble, actually. Anyway, regardless, he took a course on how to build your own no-code solutions, and then he built the MVP, that stands for minimum viable product, inside that no-code solution, and allowed him to validate this idea. And he actually was talking to me because of one of my older products, Notifier, that he was using to market this, or going to attempt to use to market this. And that is a legit approach here. Now, it's a little bit more upfront cost to you, right? Because you have to learn how to do this. It may be easier to find a technical co-founder, but you're going to learn so much doing this, to be honest, that it's going to be very, very valuable for you in any way. And then finally, one thing I highly recommend is this is if possible, right? This is easy to say, harder to do, but the relationship you form with your co-founder, your technical co-founder, is one of the most important business relationships there is, right? So you need to be sure that this person has similar philosophies to you. And so trust your gut, trust your instinct, look for good people, good, honest people. And then one approach that I've seen that works well is to do a hackathon with them beforehand. If you can find some type of hackathon that's open to the public, then you can do that hackathon with them. Obviously, they would be the technical side. You would be the product and kind of marketing side of that. But that's a great way to kind of know how it's going to be working with someone. But that is it. That is my recommendations here. If you have any comments, please put them below. If you have any additional questions, please put them below. And if you have any advice for others that specifically worked for you to find a technical co-founder, please feel free to include that as well. Thank you.